need to do is you need to go to A plus students.com. You need to go to the website. And the second thing you need to do is you need to select math as the subject because we're having a math lesson. Your grade level is grade 3. Okay. So once you have done A plus students, the subject is math, grade 3. The topic for today is symmetry. Okay. And the chapter number is, I'll just give you the chapter number. Okay. Hi, Brooke, welcome to the class. And the chapter number is 28. Okay. Please do log in. And the lesson number is 4. And the lesson number is 4. The name of the lesson is Draw Line of Symmetry. Okay. So today we would study how to draw the lines of symmetry. Okay. So I'll go to the chapter and the lesson for this grade as well. We'll be both on the same page. Okay. Chapter 28, lesson number 4. Okay. Grade 3. 28 is symmetry. Okay. And lesson number 4 is draw all the lines of symmetry, right? I'll just copy the question so that it's on our screen and we do the questions, okay? So the first question we have is, it says, draw all the lines of symmetry, okay? The most important word over here is draw all. They could be more than one line of symmetry, right? So what we try to do is we try to consider this shape separately, okay? And let's see how many lines of symmetry can be there for this shape. Okay, if let's suppose we have 2 options, okay? If I would say if I have a vertical line, right? So can I say a line of symmetry is always a line that divides the shape into perfect reflection of each other. That means the shape on the left side of the equation must be exactly the same on the other left side, should be equal to the right side of the shape, right? So that means this is the line of symmetry. What we have on our screen, the vertical line passing through the center, okay? Okay. Hi, everyone. That means it is the line of symmetry, okay? Okay. Moving on further, let's try another line. If I make a horizontal line over here, does the shape above the line of symmetry looks exactly the same as the shape below the line? No, it does not, right? Because it looks like a different shape. So this is not a line of symmetry, this is still. Or if we try to draw a diagonal line, if we draw a diagonal line over here, is the shape above the line of symmetry the same as the shape below? It is not, right? That means this is not the line of symmetry. So in this case, we only have one line of symmetry, right? That is the vertical line that would pass through the center of the shape. But if I move this shape over here, this line over here onto this left side, it's still not the line of symmetry because the shape on the left side of the line is not the same as on the right side. But if I put it in the middle over here, we can say that the shape on either sides of the line of symmetry is exactly the same, right? So this is the line of symmetry for us, okay? So this is our line of symmetry. Let's go to the next question. Okay, let's look at the next question. Do you have a question? You said no. Yes, the third one does not have. If we made 3 copies of the image, that means only the first vertical line was the line of symmetry in this shape. That means the shape on the right side of the line of symmetry was equal to the shape on the left side of the line of symmetry. Okay, Let's look at the next question. In the next question, they've given us a semicircle. A semicircle is a half circle, right? So let's see what we can do with a semicircle. In question number 2, they have given us a semicircle. And we need to draw the lines of symmetry for this semicircle. So let's try to make some copies and let's try to make some changes on that. If we have this and we have, let's suppose we have these two options, okay? So if I would make a horizontal line, a horizontal is a floor, right? So is this the shape below the line same as the above the line? No, it's a different shape, right? So horizontal cannot be the line of symmetry in this case. Yeah. Welcome everyone. Let's do this. So now if we try to make a vertical line, can we say a vertical line drawn in this manner? If we draw this line a little on this side, it still does not every vertical line will be a line of symmetry unless and until it passes through the center of the shape, right? So in this particular case, the right side of the shape looks exactly like the left side of the shape, right? So we can say this is the line of symmetry in this case. We agree on the line of symmetry. We cannot have a horizontal, but we can have a vertical line of symmetry. So what we do is we draw it on the final shape. This is the line of symmetry we have. That means the shape on the right side is equals to the shape on the left side, right? So what we need to do is we need to see all possibilities. If once, if we have an alphabet I, the alphabet I can have two lines of symmetry, right? Let's do an I over here. Let's try with two lines of symmetry. If I would say draw all the lines of symmetry, I'll just copy the question and I'll just make the question for you, okay? So if I would say, if I have, I'm just making a question, okay? Just give me a minute, please. If I have a shape like this, and if I have a shape like this, and if I put in a shape like this over here, okay? And if I remove this part, okay? If we're just trying to make a question for ourselves, okay? If this was the part given to us. If this is a question given to us, we need to find all lines of symmetry for this, okay? So once we try to make copies of it, let's see how many lines of symmetries would be there. First copy, and let's do another copy. Okay, another copy for over here. If we make a vertical line, okay, the vertical line passes through the center of the shape, right? So can we say that the shape on the right side that I shaded with green, right, is exactly the same as the shape on the left side? Do we agree? Or if I make a horizontal line, if I draw a horizontal line, can I say the shape below the line is exactly the shape above the line, right? So can we say that some shapes can have more than one line of symmetry, right? Agreed? So what we can do is on the final shape, we can show the two lines of symmetry. This is the first line of symmetry, the horizontal. Agreed? And let's take the other one. That would be a vertical line also, right? So this shape has two lines of symmetry because this shape can be broken down into two shapes that would look exactly the same, right? So there are some special cases where you have more than one, okay? Moving on to the next question. Hi everyone, welcome to the class. Let's look at the next question. The next question says a shape, an alphabet M is given to us, okay? So let's see with the alphabet M, what are the possibilities? If this is given to us, okay? Let's make up a few copies so that we can utilize them. You can test, okay? Or you can always use a rotor line as well. Okay? There's another M, and I would put a third over here. So we would try three possibilities over here, okay? So if I would say, I would make a vertical line. Does this look like a line of symmetry? Hi, Aiken. Aiken, does it look like line of symmetry? The black line that I drew on the screen? Is this line the line of symmetry? Can I have an answer to that? See, there is one condition for the line of symmetry, okay? The line of symmetry cannot pass randomly through a shape. It has to pass through the center of the shape. So if we are making a vertical line, right? This vertical line has to pass through, this line has to pass through the center. Agreed? So the line passing through the center would always be a line of symmetry for us, right? But if we draw a horizontal line, if we have a horizontal line, does the shape above the line of symmetry equals to the shape below the line of symmetry? Let's see. See, below the line of symmetry is this shape, right? And the shape above the line of symmetry is this. So we can say that this is not a line of symmetry, but this was, the vertical was, right? Yes, thank you, Scarlett, for the answer. But if we try a slant line, if I would say a slant line is here, right? A slant means it has a slope, a sloping line. So let's see if it's possible for this. Is this part of the shape same as this part of the shape? No, it's still not the same, right? So we say that this is still not a line of symmetry. So how many lines of symmetries can we find over here? We can find only a single line of symmetry. That single line of symmetry is the vertical line of symmetry that is passing through the center of the shape, where the shape on the left side would always be the same as the shape on the right side. Okay? That's how we find the line of symmetry. This was question number 4. Okay? Let's try another option. Let's look at another question. Okay, let's go. Can we focus, please? Okay, yes, thank you. The next shape says it's an alphabet A. Okay, let's look at alphabet A. And let's try to find the line of symmetry for this. Sorry, I'll just recopy this. Okay. In this case, if we have the alphabet A, we know that the alphabet A can have a vertical, right? Question number 5. Vertical is there, but let's try to see if we can have horizontal as well. If we copy the shape, let's resize it so that we can use it for our understanding. Okay, and let's redo it. Okay, if we have these two shapes on the side, right? Let's try a horizontal line first. If I draw a horizontal line, is the shape below the line of symmetry the same as the shape above the line of symmetry? They look different, right? That means this is not a line of symmetry. A symmetry is always a perfect reflection. When you're standing in front of a mirror, the mirror will be the line of symmetry because your image is formed in the mirror. If you're standing 1 feet away from the mirror, then your image inside the mirror is also 1 feet. If you take 1 step back, now you're at 2 feet. Your image is also at 2 feet. The center point is always the line of symmetry. Okay? So let's look at a vertical over here. Can I say this is a line of symmetry? Is the shape on the left side equals to the shape on the right side? Are they exactly the same? But no, they were not. But if we move it to the center, now let's see if they are equal. Can I say this part of the shape is the same as this part of the shape? right? That means the alphabet A can have a vertical line of symmetry. So we can draw it on the final shape and we can say that if this was the line of symmetry we had, then the shape on the left side of the line of symmetry is always symmetrical to the shape on the right side. Okay? That's how we draw a line of symmetries. Agreed? Thank you. Moving on to the next question, question number 6. We have another alphabet that is W. Okay, I'll just copy it. And question number 6, it says, draw the lines of symmetry for this shape. And just a minute, please. I'll just copy. Okay, it's here. So if we have this shape and they're asking us to draw all the lines of symmetry for this particular shape, okay? So what we can do is we can make some copies of it for our reference. Okay, let's make a few copies. Okay, we have these copies for us. Let's try a horizontal line. If I draw a horizontal line over here, does the shape above the line of symmetry same as below the line of symmetry? Can we say that this shape is exactly same as this shape? No, it's very different, right? Because the shape above the line is, okay, shape above the line of symmetry is different than the shape below the line. So this cannot be the line of symmetry, okay? Let's try a vertical line. If we have a vertical line, can this line be the line of symmetry? Okay. Can I have your focus here? Can this line be the line of symmetry? May and Rebecca, can I have this line of symmetry? Since it's a vertical line. Okay. But the question is that the shape on the right side is not the same as the left side. So what we do is we always keep the line of symmetry in the center of the shape. Now let's see. The shape on the right side and the shape on the left side. We can say this is the line of symmetry because both the shapes are same. But if we try to draw a slant line, if we draw a slant line anywhere or passing through the center, right? Can we say that the shape on the left side of this line is exactly the same as this? They are not the same, right? Because they are different shapes. Still not. So there was only one line of symmetry in this case, and that was a vertical line passing through the center. Agreed? There was a single line of symmetry that was passing through the center. And how we can know that is the left side of the image was perfectly same or a reflection on the right side. That's how we find the line of symmetry for any given shape. But we need to remember that it has to pass through the center. Okay? The next question we have is another alphabet. And it says draw the line of symmetry for the shape Y. The alphabet is Y. Okay. So let's see if we can enlarge this. Okay. This is question number 7. This is question number 6, and this is question number 7. Sorry. This is question number 7. Let's see if we can have multiple lines of symmetry over here. So if we have the shape that is given to us, that is the alphabet Y. Let's take some considerations. Let's take some samples. Let's at least take 2. Let's see if there are possibilities. If we draw a horizontal line, is the shape above the line of symmetry the same as the shape below the line of symmetry? No, it's not, right? They're not same shapes. But if we would draw a vertical line, if we say we have a vertical line, is the shape on the left side the same as the shape on the right side? Can anyone give me one condition? I just need one condition, right? Where both the shapes would be same. Both the sides have to be same. The condition, yes, the condition for a line of symmetry is that it has to pass through the center of the shape. The line that we have drawn over here for the line of symmetry is not passing, it's on the left side, right? So, but if we try to pass it through the center of the shape, now let's see if they are the symmetrical same. If this side would be symmetrical same to the other side, right? Because this is passing through the center of the shape. Agreed? So what we can say is that line of reflection for this particular shape is a line vertical line that is passing through the center of the shape, right? And it would be vertical over here. Okay? Yes. Thank you, Scarlett. Thank you, Aiken. It would pass always through the middle or the center, right? Thank you so much. Okay. The next question, question number 8. Let's see what we have for the question. I understand this is quite easy, but we need to complete the modules step by step so that you can have, for those who already understand, they can have their own revision, right? You can do the revision. Okay. The next shape is given as a U. Let's see how many lines of symmetry would be there for this particular alphabet. We pick up U, we make a copy of this. Let's see if we can. Yes, we have a copy. We have a copy, right? So if we try a horizontal line of reflection, even if it's passing through the center, but what we can say is the line above the line of reflection is not the same as the below the line. So that means this is not a line of symmetry. Symmetry is a reflection, right? If we try another line that is vertical, is this line what I have on the screen? Is this line the line of symmetry? Okay, this is not a line of symmetry. Why? Because this is not passing through the center. But if we move it to the center, now what we can see is that the shape on the left side of the the shape on the left side of the line of symmetry would be exactly the same as the shape on the right side of the line of symmetry. Okay, so what we can deduce over here is that our understanding is there is one line of symmetry in this shape. Okay, let's focus in the class. Let's focus here. Let's not have an argument on the answer or anything. Okay, yes, thank you so much. So in this case, there is a single line of symmetry, okay, because only vertical line divides the shape into a reflection of each other, right? Thank you, Scarlett. Since it's not in the middle, that means it cannot be the line of reflection symmetry. But if it's in the middle, it would be the line of symmetry. Thank you. Moving to the next question, question number 9. The question number 9 states that, okay, let's see what does question number 9 state for us. I'll just copy the question. Okay, we have a smiley face again, right? Let's look at a smiley face, and then we'll pick up some difficult shapes as well after this. Okay, if this question was given to us with this picture, with this particular smiley face on it, let's see if this picture would have a line of reflection or a line of symmetry. We'll make some copies of this. One. Let's make 2 or 3 copies so that we can see the horizontal, vertical, and the slant line. Okay. So if I would say it has a horizontal line over here, so we can say that the shape above the line is not the same as below the line, right? So this cannot be the line of symmetry. If we have a slant line, right, slant in either ways, from left to right or right to left, and we can say that this shape below the line is not the same as the shape above the line. That means this is still not a line of reflection. That is line of symmetry, right? But if we try a vertical line, can this vertical line be the line of symmetry, even though it's not in the center? What we need to remember is the line of symmetry has to pass through the center of the shape. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Akanet. It cannot be because it's not through the center. But if we change the position of this and we bring this to the center, now we can say that the shape on the left hand side is exactly the same as the shape on the right side. That means this is the line of symmetry that we are trying to find. So we would draw it on the final shape. And one more thing, never ever use a pen on a diagram. You always use a pencil, right? So this is the line of reflection for the shape in the middle. Thank you, Starlet. Thank you, Baruch. Okay. Moving on further with the next question, what we can see over here is, let's try another question. Okay, let's try to make it a little difficult for us. Okay. Let's try to take a kite. Let's pick up a kite and let's see what can we do with a kite. The question number 10 says, if this was the kite we had, okay, and this the larger version of the kite, okay. The question number 10 says, draw all the lines of symmetry for the shape. Okay, if we need to draw all the lines of symmetry for this particular shape, that is a kite given to us, let's see what are the possibilities. Okay, in case of a kite, if we draw a horizontal line passing through this point, right? So what we can say is the triangle above the line over here, right? This triangle above the line is not exactly the same as the triangle below, right? That means the horizontal cannot be a line of reflection. But if we draw a vertical over here, so can we say that the shape on the right side of the line of symmetry is exactly the shape as on the left side? Yes, it is, right? So what we can say is this kite has one line of symmetry where the shape on the right side of the image is an exact copy of the shape on the left side, right? That means a kite would always have one line of symmetry. Okay? Yes, option 2 is the correct option. Thank you, Rebecca. Okay, moving on further, let's try to make it a little more difficult. And let's see if there is a shape with multiple lines of symmetry. Okay? If we have a shape that can have multiple lines of symmetry, if we have the star with us, right? Okay, and I would say draw all the lines of symmetry. I'll just minimize this shape. Okay, if this shape was given to us, I'll use multiple copies and let's see what we can do with this shape. Okay, I'm using these copies over here. Question number 11 says, draw all the lines of symmetry. If it's saying draw all, that means we need to draw all the lines, all possible lines of symmetry, right? But the simpler ones. Can I say a vertical line is the line of symmetry? This is line number 1, right? Or can I say, there, we pick this up, make a copy. Can I say that if I make another copy over here, and if I make another copy over here, let's see multiple copies. Okay, this is the line of reflection. Can I make a horizontal line of reflection? That is also possible, right? This is line 2. Can I make a slant line of reflection? Right? This is line number 3. Can I make another line that is another slant from this point? Because this part of the shape looks exactly as this part of the shape. That means line number 4. So in this case of star, we can have multiple lines. In the first case, we were going from up to down, right? We were making the line of reflection. We can make the line of symmetry from down to up also, right? So we can have n number of line of symmetries in this case. But the basics that we will show it on the screen is this could be the line of symmetry. This can be the line of symmetry. This can be the line of symmetry, and this can be the line of symmetry, right? That means if I label line number 1, line number 2, line number 3, and line number 4, that means there are 4 possibilities, 4 possible lines of symmetry in this case. Okay? Agreed? So some shapes can have 1, they can have 2, and they can have multiple more lines of symmetry. Okay, but in case of a circle, it would be undefined. That's why we simply make 2 or 3 lines of symmetry in a circle. We don't do undefined. Undefined is we do not have space to draw, right? Okay, let's start off with the questions. Okay, we are done with the questions. Let's start with some of the questions from the test. Let's begin with the test and let's try a few questions. The remaining questions you need to complete as for your homework. Okay, let's start with the test. Let's see how many questions are there. We'll try to do them as much as we can. There are simply 8 questions and hopefully we'll be able to complete them in this class today. Okay. Okay. If this was the question given to us, okay, if this is the question given to us, question number 1, I'll draw down the options. Question number 1, draw all the lines of symmetry for this particular shape. That is an alphabet U. And the 2 options given to us are, okay, there's 1 option given to us. Okay, I'll just make the 2 options for us. If the 2 given options are this line, option A, and option B. Okay, let's say that if option A is this, option B is this, and let's see the lines were given as this and this. So which option should be the correct answer? Option A or option B? Can I have the answer? How many lines of symmetry does this shape have? Nate, how many lines of symmetry are there? In the shape that looks like a U, right? Yes, option 1. Thank you, Baroque. Thank you. Option A. That means the shape in option B is not the same. But in the shape in the option A looks exactly the same. That means this is the line of symmetry because the shape on the right side is exactly the same as the left side. So option A is the correct option, right? Let's click on the correct option. Okay. Once we are done with the correct option, let's move on to the next question and let's see how many possibilities we have over there. The next question in the test says, okay, just a minute, I'll just copy. The question number 2 in the test, okay, these are the options given to us. This is option number 1. I'll just change this to the test. Okay. This is question number 2. It says draw all the lines of symmetry for the shape. This was option number A. Let's look at option number B. Let's make an option number B over here. And the option number B says this is option number A. This is option number B, where the line of symmetry is a horizontal line. So which line of symmetry should be the answer? Option number A or option number B? See, this shape is an M. Yes, Baruch, it has to be the first option. Thank you so much. Because this is a shape, when we see a line of symmetry that is horizontal, in this case, this line is not a line of symmetry, but in this case, the shape on the right side is exactly the same on the left side, right? So what we say is option number A is a correct answer. Because even if we shade and we want to prove, we can say this, the shape. So option number A is the correct answer. Can we click on the option A? Yes, option number A. Yes, that's a correct answer. The next question we have is another alphabet. The alphabet is T for us, right? Alphabet T. Let's see if we can find the correct answer for this. Okay, I'll just recopy this. Okay, this is first option, and let just give me a minute so that I would change the options. Okay, option B. Let's change the resize. If this is a question given to us, and this was option number A, and this is option number B. Option number A is a horizontal line. Option B is a vertical line. So which option should be correct for question number 3? Option A or option B? Because since this shape T has a upper slide, right? It has a line at the top. It does not have a line at the bottom. So what we can see is if the line was a horizontal line, then this part of the shape does not look anything like this part of the shape, right? No. But if this line was vertical, then this part of the shape equals to this part of the shape. That means option B is the correct option, right? And once we draw the line of symmetry, we can always say this, the line of symmetry has to pass through the center of the shape, where the right side of the shape would always be equal to the left side of the shape. Agreed? Okay. The next question we have is, let's look at question number 4. Question number 4 says, okay, please give me the answer for the next one. Okay, we click on the correct option and we move on to the next question. The next question is again a smiley face, very similar to what we have done. Let's see what can be the options over here for this smiley shape face we have. Let's pick this up. Let's copy this as the option. Let's take the smiley shape. Let's put it down over here. The question says draw all the lines of symmetry for question number 4. And the second option we are given is, let's make another option for ourselves. And it says the line of symmetry is horizontal. Okay, let's pick up a horizontal line of symmetry. So this was option number A. This is option number B. So which option should be the correct option? If there is only horizontal and vertical lines of symmetry in this case. Can we answer? Can anyone answer with this? Nate, can you answer this? The line of symmetry is it horizontal or vertical? If in option A, okay, in option A, it's a horizontal line on a smiley face. Thank you, May, for the answer. Option B is the correct answer. Yes, thank you. Okay. Thank you, Baruch, for the answer. Still option 2. Because it cannot be A. Why? Because the eyes and the face are not symmetrical to each other, right? And option B, it's one side of the face would always be a reflection on the other side. Thank you. So we know that this cannot be the correct answer. This is the correct answer, option number B. And the line of symmetry has to be in the center, right? Thank you for the answer. Let's click onto the option and let's see whether it's correct. Yes, it is correct. The next one is an alphabet. We did this similar alphabet previously. We looked at the possibilities. The alphabet is A. That means question number 5. I'll do question number 5 over here. We have done a very similar shape already. This is question number 5. The first option. Just a minute, please. I'll just resize question number 5. And the second option is this. Okay, let's resize this. Okay, draw all the lines of symmetry for the shape. In the first shape, the line of symmetry is given as a horizontal line. In the second shape, it is given as a vertical line. And the options are option number A and option number B. So which option should be the correct option? Yes, thank you, Nate. You're saying option number A, right? Thank you for answering. But what we need to see in option number A is the shape above the question options on the screen, right? Thank you, Baroque, for the answer. But what, yes, I changed a bit over there in the options, right? We have only one option on the website, so we made 2 options over here. Based on these 2 options, yes, option B is the correct. Thank you. Based on these options, if there is a horizontal line, the shape above looks like a triangle, and the shape below is not the same. Yes, thank you, May. But in option B, the shape on the left side of the shape looks exactly like the shape on the right side. Yes, option B is the correct option. Thank you for the answer. Yes, this is the correct answer. So what we can do is we can always select option B. But on the website, you have only one option. So you go for that one particular option. That is a vertical line. Our answer is the vertical line of symmetry. Okay. Moving on with the question, can we say that if we need to draw the line of symmetry for the next shape? In question number 6, if we say that, then question number 6 states that if this was given to us, draw the line of symmetry for this. This is the first option. Let's make another option for ourselves, A and B. And let's increase the size so that it's much more visible to us. Okay. So if this is option number A, this is option number B. In option number A, the line is vertical line passing through the center. In option B, it's a vertical horizontal line passing through the center. Which line of reflection should be the horizontal or the vertical? Option 1. Thank you so much. Because the shape on this side, that's a W, right? Is exactly the same as the shape on this side, right? But in this case, the shape below is not the same as the shape above, right? That means option A is the correct answer, and we draw a vertical line that passes through the center. Yes, thank you, Baroque. Okay, so this is how we can find the lines of symmetry, right? Symmetry is something that you would find everywhere in your daily life, even yourself, right? Your palms, your hands, when you clap, your hands are symmetrical. Your face is symmetrical, right? A lot of things are symmetrical. Okay. So let's do the next question, number 7. They still give us the same semicircle we have. Let's see what we can do with the semicircle. Question number 7. And let's make another option for ourselves. Option A and option B. If this was option number A and this was option B, and option B had a horizontal line passing through the center, which option should be the correct answer in this MCQ, multiple choice questions? Does the shape in option B look exactly the same? Option B I'm talking about. Yes. Thank you, Baruch. The option A is the answer, correct answer. But if you're looking at option B, yes, you're correct that this option is the correct, but we want to confirm. See, this shape, like the curving inside, but this shape does not look the same, right? this is a very different shape below over here. Okay. Okay. Just this question. Let's complete this question. Okay. That means option A is the correct option. And we say that we click on option A and we find the answer, right? But you've got one option, you can always give. Just the last question left. You can always try the last question for your practice. Please do practice the remaining questions. Okay. Thank you so much and best of luck. Take care. Bye.